You learn French. Comment tu t'appelles? John. John. Oh, okay. All right. We start with the demonstrations now. First, I welcome you all into the Black Forest. My name is Bax. I will give you a short history of how clocks are made here in the Black Forest. But first, I will show you a reproduction of the first clock made here in 1640. That is this one here. You can see it is a very simple clock, entirely made out of wood. Inside we have wooden wheels as mechanisms, stones serving as weights, two wood beams serving as balance because then pendulums were not known. It's got only one head. With this clock you have to wind it like that at least 2 times in a day to keep it moving. Yeah? So these were the types of clocks we have back then in 1640. But after some time, you know, the people involved in clockmaking are very technically minded and they always try to make things work. In 1720, they come up with what we call the sealed house clock. This time round with a painted face, with 2 hands, 2 metal weights, a pendulum, and inside we have mechanical movements, and also for the first time the introduction of the cuckoo bird. Half an hour he comes only 1 time, and on the hour, now it's 12 o'clock, so he comes 12 times to tell you it's time to go to bed. And in the morning, he wakes you up and tells you it's time to go to work, right? And then, look at this one. This is a very special one, and you see a guy walking in his workshop, and behind him stands a lady. You know, sometimes ladies are very dangerous. I'm sorry to say. You see this lady standing behind a guy with something like this. Now let's see what happens if the guy doesn't work hard enough. See? Something like that is what happens. Half an hour only 1 time, and on the hour, he's lucky. 2 o'clock he got only 2 of that, yeah? Only 2. But at 12 o'clock, we got 12 on the head. And also we have this one we call the dumpling eater. A very happy chap enjoying himself. Half an hour he gets 1 potato, and on the hour, a very happy 12 because he got 12 dumplings, you know? So it's always the opposite. Whenever he hits 12, he's very happy. At 12, he's very sad because he got 12 on the head. That's why, if you see any German man with a bald head, then you know it's from that. Hitting them all the time. And in 1860, we come up with what we call the station house clock, because it was in 1860 that trains started coming into the Black Forest. So they decided to make something that would represent the station houses. That's why we have these lines here, more or less to show the track of the train. And these are leaves of wine, because this area is also known of growing wine. It also comes up with the cuckoo bird. He comes to let you know what time it is. Yeah? And eventually we ended up having a big one like this. You can see it's got lots of carvings. These carvings are done by farmers in the Black Forest because in winter it's very much cold here. Snow height is something like that. So farmers cannot get into their farms. And you know what that means. Not being able to go to the farms means no money. That's why they make clocks, sell them to earn a living. But first what they do, each family will make a part. Some will do part like that. Others will do something like this. And then some families will do a part like that. In the end, send them all to a general assembly point where they entirely assemble them together. See? And then to get a figure like that will take you about 8 weeks. The wood we use for the carvings is called lime wood. This is a very soft wood, and it also has a very high moisture content. First, we cut it into pieces, leave it to dry for about 4 years, then we can be able to put it into good use. No? Now, I show you how we make the clocks. First, we start with the casing. That is this here. And this is the only part done by a machine. All the rest are done by hand, using tools like this. But sometimes we also use tools like that. You know what's that for? Huh? Beer opener for inspiration, yeah? Yeah, it's beer opener for inspiration.
Opener.
Coke opener, no.
Beer.
No, beer opener. And then we don't drink Coke when we are making clocks, only beer to make our heads heavy. And on the front side, we have the decorations like this. And on top, we have the cuckoo bird. So that's how the front face of a small size mechanical traditional cuckoo clock looks like. But of course, into the casing of the clock, we have what we call the mechanisms. And we've got 4 different types of mechanisms. These 2 here are mechanisms for clocks with music, weekly and daily. And these 2 are mechanisms for clocks without music, weekly and daily. So these are the movements we put into the casing. And again, we have what we call the music box. The music box is the only part imported from Switzerland. Apart from that, all the rest are from the Black Forest here. I'll just play it round for you. You listen to it. Can you hear? You can hear? No. You know why? Made in Switzerland. That's why you cannot hear. Now, listen now. How about now? You can hear. It's now made in Germany, huh? German made. No, the point is the wood is serving as an amplifier to resonate the sound to go loud and clear. That's why on the second round you can hear it very loud. And again, if you look around, you will see our clocks with different types of weights. This is to tell you that all our mechanical clocks are run by the gravity of the weights. Based on that, you will come across some clocks with weights like this. Small weights. These are on our daily winding clocks, which means you have to wind the clock to keep it going at least once in a day. How do you wind? You see all this behind me are mechanical weekly winding. You just take it by the keys and then pull the weights to go right back to the top. Right back to the top. At least 1 time in a day on these ones. On these ones, you do that once in a week to keep it going. Also, we have some with weights like that. These ones you wind every 5 minutes. I got you. That's a joke. You don't have to wind these ones. These are on a battery operated ones. They are just for show, decorations. If you wind them, they're gonna break. If it breaks, maybe ladies can use it as earrings. Huh? And also, okay, you see some clocks that have 3 weights, like this one here. This is with only 2. This one is with 3. Any idea why the difference? Yeah, that's one part, but that's not all. Dancing part. Oh, 90% correct. 10%. Huh? Anyways, you are right. Because the dancing people come after the music. So the next weight is for the music. Each weight have a function. One for the call of the cuckoo, one for the time, and one for the music. These ones, no music. Only cuckoo and time. So any mechanical clock you see with 2 weights have cuckoo and time, no music. Any mechanical clock with 3 weights have cuckoo, time, and music. Battery operated ones, as I told you, they have weights, but they are just for show. We don't do anything with that, yeah? They're just for show. Now, how about the cuckoo bird? What do you think about the cuckoo? How do we have this form? Do we have real birds inside? No? Then how do we have the core? Voice? What voice? Yeah, we put, we are, bad voice is there, but how do we have that bad voice? Right, okay. Through the bellows. These are responsible for the calling of the bird. At the back here is a hole which allows air to go in and out, and this is a combination of cotton and nylon. It goes like this, and then we put the 2 together, so we have. Yeah? That's how we have the calling of the cuckoo bird. These are on our bigger clocks. On the medium-sized clocks, we have something like this. We also have baby cuckoos for you, baby cuckoos. Yeah? So you don't really have to buy a cuckoo clock. You can buy 2 of these, sit at home, and then you have a cuckoo bird. And also we have very important features by the sides of our clocks. For example, this one, mechanical clocks. If you want to go to bed, you can also tell the cuckoo bird to go to bed. How do you do that? There's a switch by the side. Simply put the switch off. See?